Hey everyone, it's Troy Jackson with the weekly update. The election's over and we're back in session. Really excited to start these off again. And right out of the gate, something that everyone was talking about leading up to this fall and into this winter, heating fuel costs. The Maine legislature took that on, passed a large heating package, try and get more money out to senior citizens, try and get more money out to people that are going to need assistance over this winter. And I was very glad that some of my Senate Republican colleagues came along and passed this so that we could pass in an emergency form so we could get it out as soon as possible. Checks are going to start going out soon. This is just a Band-Aid to a real problem that we're having in the state. But we will be working on long-term solutions for the future. And I'm very glad that we were able to get this done. So last week, Governor Mills unveiled her budget proposals. The first one was a supplemental budget that actually just gets us caught up for the rest of the year. But the other one was her biennial budget proposal, which is obviously a huge document. It sets priorities for the state. I can tell you right now that my priority has always been to make sure we fully fund education, we fully fund revenue sharing, and we provide property tax relief people across the state. And with this budget, we're continuing on that promise, and that is going to be our focus as I go forward. You hear some people in the legislature talk about income tax cuts, and what that really means is income tax cuts for the wealthy, something that I am never going to support. We have a great group here of 22 state senators in the Maine Senate. And there was a lot of people I could have put in the Appropriations Committee that would have done a great job, but one of the people that I've had a chance to know for my entire time here in the Maine legislature is Senator Peggy Rotundo from Lewiston. Peggy's someone that I have a great deal of confidence in, someone that's become a friend, and someone I know that knows how to do the appropriations and do it in a way that people understand and feel really confident in her leadership. So the other senator that actually is on the Appropriations Committee with Senator Rotundo is Senator Duson. This is her first time serving in the legislature, but long-time Portland City Councilor, and I'm really excited to have her on there too. I know she's going to do a great job for us. So this week, with Martin Luther King Day being on Monday, we took time to commemorate Dr. King. Senator Duson spoke about his work as far as how it impacted her own life.
A child of the Civil Rights Movement. That is my story in 7 words.
And Senator Hickman read some of his own works on the Senate floor, very powerful.
We shall overcome because the arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends toward justice.
We've got a long way to go to continue the work that Dr. King left us. So lastly, the 13th anniversary of the disastrous Citizens United decision, something that just opened the floodgates for money into politics. And why it's particularly important that people understand this and understand to try and overturn this is that this has become a system where the person with the most money gets to write the rules in politics and government. These decisions have come more and more from politically motivated judges, and the one thing about it is that it's always about big money being behind that, pushing it so that they can either keep control or take control. And that's why it's important that we recognize what a disaster this has been for our country, and why it's important for us to work to overturn that. And that is something, as far as representing the people of Mercer County or representing the people of Maine, I'm always going to fight for. I mean, I am the little guy, and I'm going to fight for the people that need to be heard. And Citizens United is something that made that much harder for a lot of governments. So again, first one of the new session. I'm really excited to get back going. Got a lot of great senators that we want to feature over the next months. Issues that are important to them, issues that are important to you. And so, for me here from Augusta, take care and look forward to seeing you next week.